Hey guys, it's Thursday, which means it's time for Deviant Futures. I'm going to go around the table so that everyone can introduce themselves first, and then we'll get right into it. So let's start with Rory.
Hello, my name is Rory. I mostly I produce music under the stage name DJ Raker. It's all on Spotify. Well, it's on Spotify, and I'm hoping to get a couple more songs finished and released pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay. Eddie.
Hi, my name's Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based voice actor. Also now a streamer. I started streaming on Monday.
Woohoo!
Last Monday, I did my first bit. I was applying to voiceover jobs, and that was a fun little romp. So there's a video on demand. You can snack it up before it's too late, and you can check out my channel. But besides that, just happy to be here. I'm gonna play Mizio, the heartbreaking, oath-breaking paladin.
All right. Scarred.
Hi, I'm the Scarred Adventurer, and when I'm not here, you can find me working on at Tangor Productions, essentially, and you can see all of the thing that I'm working on, all the thing, yes, right there, because my lovely partner on the project always posts all the links, so I never have to, because I forget all the links.
Yep. And Hellhounds almost called you Dolly. Brain reading.
I mean, that's the character.
I know. That's why.
Well, I'm Hellhound. I'm a PNG tuber, artist, gamer, dungeon master. You can find me anywhere as Hellhounds20. There you go.
Okay. So I have to put chat away first because I'm not allowed to see chat.
Banned.
So say goodbye for now.
See anything that you want to say to break me, you got 5 seconds before I do. So to begin, we are going to shift over to Mizio and Dolly. You guys are still at the library. It's been a bit, and Obi's not getting better. You've watched Tamar work, use things such as Ichor, which is God's blood, like effectively trying to give him a transfusion. You've seen her do some wild things. And you've been told the same thing. It's just going to take time now to see if he wakes up.
Zoom in is just of Mizio, like hearing the news. It's just like high-pitched ringing and the like getting bad news from a doctor and just down your time and just starts just breaking just books and shelves and just knocking shit over and just going and storming around just you're going to be all right, my friends. And he like kneels down beside Obi that's sprayed out like Jesus on the table and is just gonna just be like, look at him, like, we're going to be okay.
Oh,
And he's like petting him
got scarred.
with like
Yay!
just petting him with a gloved hand because he doesn't want to poison himself. It's probably stars. Yes, I know you've touched us all in your heart, but it's too soon for you to leave. It's just shit.
Awake.
People probably need me.
Your party has already gone off for the second tower. We can send you to join them.
Yes, Dolly, are you in the mood to travel?
Dolly, you ready to head out with Mizio?
Dolly is gonna take a piece of paper and draw a smiley face, and like it's gonna be a picture of Dolly as a smiley face, but like there's wings, there's horns, there's fires, like really epic, and she's just going to, using Obi's natural poison skin, just glue it to his chest, turn and leave. She's not really doing this as a joke or anything. Like she's actually very deadpan serious.
Mm-hmm.
But as she leaves, she's like grabbing Mizio's tail as like a her own form of support.
Yeah.
Also, because she's gonna be a
Continue
little
on.
bit slower than you.
Make sure that we protect our friends. Come on, Zelicus.
And Tamar opens a portal effectively to Adele, because that's the energy she's reaching out to. Cutting back. So as Adele turns to Jinx and says, "So, what did you find out?" Another portal opens up on the other side. Jinx looks over. I gotta go. It's work. All right. We'll talk. I'll ask somebody else then. And she turns to Woodja and is like, we're gonna need your army in here. So Woodja and the zombie of angels, demon thingies, also go. Yes, the thrillers. That's what I'm gonna call them from now on. Thank you, Scarred.
Yeah.
Head through the portal as well. As you guys enter from the other side.
He's gonna look around and see what the atmosphere is like. See if he can spot a tower or any of his companions.
Adele's sitting on the ground outside the campsite that you have now gotten to. You don't see Fenrir around. I think Grunk is still at the campsite as well, right?
Yeah. Last, I think it was just sitting by the fire and listening to that conversation.
Okay.
How is everyone?
Well, it seems like some of our friends have just decided to bugger off again, which is, I love that. But we found the second tower.
Looks at it. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I got in before things got hairy.
Well, you actually missed a little bit of the fun. We went down to the basement already, and there was this crazy old guy stitching these dead people back together, making these like weird. I don't even know what you'd call them. Not even zombies, just these weird creations made out of the dead angels and demons. From points to like where he thinks, like off in the desert, where the angry noises are coming from. Over there, I'd assume.
Yeah, you guys can hear it. There's a very large battle happening not that far from you, about a day's ride now.
I can hear it. All right.
Impressive.
What about
Yeah.
documents?
Yeah, we did find some more of those. I think it was a fair amount of it was some of the stuff we'd found back at the other tower, but it was all of the declassified stuff now. Had all the names and all the stuff that they had blocked out before.
So you guys also get copies, I'm guessing.
Let me see if there was anything like new. But yeah, I think being the only one left, he just has the documents now, so he would just kind of pass them around and let Mitsuo and Dolly kind of investigate them.
He definitely like accepts them and treats them as important. Doesn't seem to read them like that carefully. Interesting. What is our next plan? Or do next?
Well,
Is it just the three of us?
Think... Oh no, there's he points over to Hati. There's this new fella too. He
Hati and Fenrir went on a walk.
Oh, right.
So they're off somewhere. Don't worry, I will do a scene with them in a moment.
He points to like where they were sitting. Oh, well, I'll be damned. New fella popped through another portal, and we were still at the library before. He's gone off with one of our other friends. So I guess for now it's just us.
All right. Well, can we trust this new friend? This
I
new
mean-
companion.
I'd say so. He's a little bit of a strange guy, but he hasn't really done anything to exactly, seem super distrustworthy. I mean, we're all kind of weird fellas, ain't we?
Well, that is why I tried to make sure that we don't try and assassinate each other.
Well, I mean, when he gets back, I'm sure he'd be happy to agree to that oath that we all did before.
I still need to talk to Wuja about killing that lady in the street. Outside of stressful situations.
Well, I mean, little things like that, it's bound to happen, right? Weird misunderstanding there, if I think. But I'll see what he has to say about that eventually.
Misunderstanding or a lack of communication, primarily.
Either or, really.
That is often the first issue when it comes to relationships built with others, but you seem to not care. Seem to deem her as less than because she was human or elvish or something. Biases like that affect me deeply.
Heading over to Hati and Fenrir. So are you guys talking while you walk or no?
We've talked enough, really.
Mhm.
I mean, unless Fenrir is the one wanting to talk. Hati is just enjoying this time.
Yeah. You see Fenrir kind of stop, look back, and turn around.
And there's just kind of a nod and an understanding that it's time to go.
Yeah.
And Hati just kind of Hati communicates to Fenrir. Fenrir just kind of, are we going back to the others?
Two of them came back. They might be upset seeing me with someone new and not explaining it.
Okay. Well, then I'll stop looking like I do now.
Probably a smart
And
idea.
kind of just as they're walking, like not even missing a beat, is changing from the wolf to an upright human.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of keeping his helmet off. Like it's not very necessary at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's trying to hide who he is. He's never
Yeah.
really thought to take it off before.
So you see Mizio and Dolly eventually. Fenrir walks back with someone new. Scarred, if you want, you can describe them.
It's a fairly good looking guy. Walks over, just face with some scars over top of it. Some that look like battle wounds, some that look more surgical in nature. And he's just walking clad in this very interesting leather armor. Coming over and just kind of smiling, looking as pleasant and friendly as he can. Well, you still notice that there are some aspects of him that definitely seem battle worn and just like he's seen a lot. The streaks in his white hair, the white streaks in his hair are definitely not helping that effect, but you know.
Mighty Dragon, do you want to vet our new adventuring companion?
Dolly's gonna set down their crock pot bag and march right up to Hati, tilting her head up the entire time just to get a good look at them. I don't know who you are. A pleasure to meet you. I am Dolly. Holding her tiny hand out.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well, Dolly. Dolly?
Dolly.
Dolly. Excellent.
I am a mighty dragon. She is not.
Oh, that's good to know, a mighty dragon. I too am someone that does not always appear to be the thing that I appear to be.
I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
She's gonna go back to her crock pot bag and start pulling out food for everybody.
You have anything raw and potentially slightly bloody? No pressure.
Steak. Tosses it at you.
The weirdest thing happens that everyone sees. Just kind of tilts his head a bit to the side and just catches it with his mouth. And then kind of removes it from his teeth and just, yeah, you know.
She doesn't question it.
All right.
Hunter
Well,
points out-
it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mizio.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Let me just wipe that hand off. And he just wipes the blood off of himself onto what already has some blood on it, leather armor. Hide armor, technically, but still.
Mizio will like stand and try to showcase his large stature. Give a solid, not asshole-ish handshake. He's not like that type of guy, but like
Ah.
a firm handshake.
A firm handshake is what you were met back with.
Wonderful.
How tall is Mizio again?
He is 8'2".
Okay, yeah, definitely. Definitely much larger.
Without the horns, yeah.
Yeah, because you're looking at someone about 6.5 feet.
So
Well,
It's a very pleasant. Yeah.
What is it that you do?
Oh, long and the short of it is this is kind of the armor I'm wearing is sort of the power I have. Most of what I do is based closer around keeping quiet and staying away and hidden from things, as opposed to being out loud, big, and fighty. I can get big and fighty, but you know, I prefer to keep my distance, if doable.
All right, we need some more discreet members in the group, so welcome.
Thanks. And also, I've got some ways to help make you discreet as well.
That would be helpful.
Sorry, I know the wink made it look sexual. That's not what I was trying to do. I'm just trying to be a coy sort of. I can be helpful.
You're
I don't
trying
know
to
what I'm doing.
be like a
No, not coy.
in-
I don't
not
know.
engaging flirtation, like platonic flirtation.
Yes, like let's
you
be
would do with
best
friends.
friends. Yeah.
Yes. Very common in draconic culture. Very
Oh, thank God.
romancy.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's very
it's
common
fine.
in my culture. Yes.
Right. Do we need to get to sneaking to somewhere?
Do we need to be? I don't know. I just, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's really so much as
Extra option.
sneaking. We've got kind of we've got a bit of a long trip down. I think Neckmore was our next stop.
Neckmore.
Without
And-
some of the other friends here, it's a bit hard for me to remember certain things. But I
yeah,
think
you
that's our
hear
next one.
from Adele, who's still sitting kind of far off. I thought you all were I thought you were traveling further east first and then going down.
I mean, that does make the most sense. Then we would avoid the big fight over
Yeah.
there. And we get to visit one of the unnamed cities, you know.
Sorry, who is fighting? Do we know?
Angels and demons, by the looks of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
judging from the things that crazy doctor guy brought back, I think it's mostly those two.
Oh, you mean the
Probably
flesh
some-
golems? Yeah.
Yeah, those things. You made them angels and demons, right? Or was there something else there too?
No, it was mostly that with some magical stitching here and there, but you know,
Yeah.
it
There
went
were
down
some-
pretty easy.
There were some other beings, but I couldn't identify it.
It'd probably be Woodge's specialty, but he's not here, so
Yeah, no, and you know, the only way I can get more information is to get really intimate with it, which is like right into my face and nostrils, and it's not great. I don't like it. The smell stays for like a week. It's bad.
yeah, those guys didn't exactly smell great, so I don't blame you. Right.
This is an out of character question. Have we been to a city that's been a red circle yet?
No, you have not.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't believe so.
You've been to
Interesting.
black and blue.
I
You've not been to
forget
a red.
I forget what the color coding is entirely. I forget which one red is.
Oh
Red
well,
is a-
red is the Norseer.
No, it was groups, entities that have stayed together,
Yes.
i.e., different pantheons.
Ah,
Right, yes.
sorry. Right. I'm thinking of the other one. Yeah.
There's just
I'm saying all this out loud.
All right, well, we can make sure that we make our way to this unnamed city to the east. Xerxes can take myself and Dolly. We can fly above. Make sure to scout.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Looks good to me.
I can see absolutely no downsides to this.
should
Cut to immediate downsides.
should we get going, or do you want to rest the night?
I mean, how are people feeling?
I'm fine. I've
Honestly,
managed
we
to
should be
get,
asking you that. You're the ones who
link-
were in a fight.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, fight used kind of loosely. It wasn't exactly that. It's just two guys, really, and the
yeah,
doctor. But
but
Was it really like a fun fight that you got into? Damn.
it was more like what's the best way to put it as when you slap a piñata and it breaks open. There's no real fight back from it. It's just you hit it, breaks open, and then you're done with it.
That still sounds more entertaining than punching an angel and the angel getting away.
Oh, you know, that is frustrating. Yeah. Not from experience, just you know. But you know, it might be good to maybe lie down for the night. Anyways, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, and Hati pulls out a little pocket watch and looks. I mean, it is about the time night would be.
Yeah, the sun is going down.
So you know,
probably
it
best
might
not to
be
travel at night around here.
no, and especially not. It's especially good if not a lot of you can see well in the dark. So
I can
Yeah.
see just fine in the dark.
that's great. But still, we should probably rest for a bit because they get a little bit more aggressive later in the night.
All right, I will take up the first couple watches then.
That sounds great because I have been awake for like days, and you know, look, teleporting from a different universe in a different time period from the future is kind of tiring, and it's not easy. So I'm just gonna sleep. So
Sorry.
thank you very much. And he just collapses there on the standing up, and immediately falls asleep.
Just
Like-
have a good night.
Like those scenes in animation where it's just two frames, upright and down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, my brain like had him curl up. Like somehow he fell like curled up.
Oh, he does it afterwards. It's kind of like he's unconscious immediately on the floor, but he kind of still circles around 3 times and then curls up into a ball.
Anyone else going to keep watch?
Well, I don't exactly need a ton of sleep. I'm not super exhausted after that one. So just wake me up in a couple of hours, Mitsuo, and he into the shell just immediately.
Do you
Like
drop
from-
your if you'll allow it, your half lit cigar will like stay floating like a Looney Tunes cartoon, and Mitsuo will grab it and just
it just sits there like spinning in the air, and then
yeah. Wonderful.
Best not to let that go to waste, you know.
God, these are good.
Dolly, will you be resting or?
Yeah. Dolly will be resting.
Okay. So Mizio, you are actually up, because as everyone else kind of goes to sleep, Adele turns. I don't need sleep. If you want, I can just stay up with you.
How many days has it been since I've been separated from the party?
I want to say 2 to 3.
Okay. Well, I've had a lot of time just grieving by a friend's bedside, so I'm kind of a little restless. And he's gonna probably like keep an eye, like sat down, but he's probably gonna like walk around and like do a perimeter and just kind of stretch his legs. He's not jittery. He's just like just wants to have something to do. Open to talking if Adele wants to talk, but he's
Yeah,
definitely the let her set the tone type of conversational partner.
Yeah, then you end up going by silently.
After your first shift, someone wakes up and plays dice with you, I'm certain. But you know,
Brain just broke. I don't know what that was a reference to. I'm sorry.
oh, that's not a reference to anything. It's just
Oh.
literally after a shift would happen, someone else would be taking watch, and
Yeah. But she's gonna continue it and stay up. Fen is probably asleep by the fire. So right before sunrise, who would be up?
I would. Yeah.
definitely Grunk as well.
Roll me. What is it that I want? Yeah, this is perception.
All right. This is the thing you're trying to have us perceive. Is it at all downwind of us or upwind of us?
Technically, yes.
Doesn't smell.
17.
15.
By
Okay.
using
Is Mizio also up or no?
He no, he's probably sleeping. If he
Okay.
took first watch, he's probably still sleeping if it's only like 6 or 7 hours later.
It's
Okay.
gonna be a while before Dolly wakes up. She's not a morning person.
Okay. So yes, you both see it. Kind of on the horizon as the shadows are still there. You see these figures of very thin looking dogs that are yapping and making quite a bit of noise. But as the sun crests over and the shadows disappear, so do they.
were we just visited by jackals? Just turning immediately to Grung.
I'm so confused right now. What the hell's is going on?
I mean, they definitely smelled like jackals.
And yes, with the 17, you would know that was the smell of jackals.
Just took
And
a
it was
random.
probably a
I just
pack
took a
of them.
assumption. Yeah. And are they in the direction of where we'd be? Yes, they are in the direction of where we'd be going.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Well, that screams conspicuous. We'll
Yeah.
let them wake up on their own and then share this information. Probably wise. Just, give them a little extra few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they're not trying to rush us, so I don't think we're in too much of a hurry.
No.
So sun does rise. When does Mizio and Dolly get up for this news?
Probably right around sunrise.
Okay.
Then probably gives Dolly a little bit of extra time to sleep in before
Mhm.
poking them awake.
Yeah.
Dolly has fallen asleep as far away from Fenrir as she can because I almost forgot that she is allergic to Fenrir.
Oh, then you got a little bit of an itchy hand after shaking mine.
I think that's what wakes her up. Is just like her hands, really bothering her. So like when she sits up, she has pulled her turtleneck over her face, so all you see is her nose and her mouth. And she's just scratching.
Okay. So you guys share the information as they get up, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
How many jackals did you see?
Quickly trying to recall,
It's a pack.
let's say 5.
All right. It should be fine.
Didn't seem particularly large, but still large enough to be a pack.
I can try and scare off any creatures that come within a certain distance of us if need be, if there's too many.
That's great. Also means I don't have to try and do that.
I'm curious to know how you would be doing that.
There was a moment in the church in the human city where Mizio kind of unfurled spectral wings and shadows grew longer around him, and he commanded and yelled fearfully, invoking dreadful aspect, one of his channel divinities. I can play a parlor trick and scare some people around me. It's
I know that one. She points at Hottie. I met him.
Oh, I'm just generally scary.
Squints.
it's kind of fun.
I'll take your word for it.
Grunk immediately like hops on that train. He's like, "Oh yeah, you should have seen him down in the basement of the tower. It was some that was downright disturbing what happened down there. I don't even want to explain it. I think it might be a bit too scary, honestly. It's just dreadful the way he took down that doctor. Oh,
Oh yeah, no,
nightmare fuel. Let me tell you. Surprised I even got to sleep last night.
We're having this conversation while we're walking.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
By now,
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. What order would you guys be in?
Well, clearly Dolly is riding on the horse with Mizio.
Yeah, you can go on Zelakis, and Mizio will be walking at the front, but Zelakis can be up in the air. You'll just. I've been told to do whatever you ask, mighty dragon. What altitude would you like to fly at this morning?
Oh God, don't tell me to give altitudes. She within shouting distance of those down here.
All right. Yeah, goes within shooting distance, whatever doesn't impose disadvantage on you. And Zelakis is like really, really ready to talk about anything draconic or about Mizio. Just super, super jazzed to just have someone to talk to.
Who's after that?
I'm probably going to be in between Grunk. I keep saying Grunk. I'm sorry. Grunk and Mizio.
Too soon. Scarred. Too soon.
I know. But probably between the two, just conversing.
Yeah, shield out. Warhammer in my right hand, keeping the head on a swivel. for any jackals.
Yeah.
My weapons are available and easy to grab quickly, but just not in hand, just kind of loosely. The hands are nearby at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Never to a degree that it looks like I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you guys travel, and yeah, let's put you there. You get very close to the city. You can hear it now, and this is as sun is setting, and you can see that this town is getting started. There are lights. You can hear music of all different types playing in the streets. You can see some lights that are moving up and down, so obviously people are dancing.
Oh,
Stumbled across a rave.
yeah, it's a party city. Wonder what they're celebrating.
Is there any scary signs that say no race, no X or Y races allowed? Okay,
No.
good stuff.
Nothing.
Good stuff.
Um, w- Once you guys are
Dolly is
noticed,
definitely landing.
once you guys are noticed, yeah, a female tiefling runs up to you all and starts handing you like flower crowns to wear, and basically very large glasses of wine, just welcoming you all into what they're calling Olympus.
It seems like a pretty fun place. He looks at the flower crown, like slightly confused, and like goes slowly to take a bite.
And that's probably what you're supposed to do. I'm not certain either.
It's on her head. She has a flower crown on her head.
Like
already.
realizes and is like shrugs, takes a bite, and then puts it on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna avoid the alcohol. Thanks so much, but
If
probably not a great idea.
yeah, if this is another horned creature, the female
Mhm.
persuasion that Mizio finds attractive, he's probably just going to take a drink of alcohol. It's that easy. He's just going to go, "Thank you very much." Just takes a large swig. The back of his head, he's like, "You should figure out if it's poisoned right now." And he's like, "No, she's pretty. It's fine." Takes a swig.
I was not expecting this. Okay.
Me neither.
Is Zelki still out?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like landed and kind of maybe has a flower crown on.
And
Yes.
is he still very much horse looking?
Like a Pegasus. And he looks draconic with like horns and stuff.
Oh, then he'll be fine.
Okay.
This is more of a if he was more prey animal looking.
No, he looks gem. Like
Yeah.
he's made out of stone. Similar,
yeah, no.
similar to
No,
myself, yeah.
There would have been likely some uncomfortableness coming from the two of them. Just because one is clearly uncomfortable and the other one's uncomfortable because he's uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because one would sense something about the other.
But
Still,
thank you
I
to
fully yes, probably.
invite us to your city. Olympus, is it? And he's gonna just
You've all come at a wonderful time. We're having our Dionysus has declared that Bacchanalia has started again.
Does Mizio know about Dionysus or Bacchanalia?
I doubt it. You can give me
Okay.
history and or religion.
I'll give you a religion. That is a 15.
You've read about it in books that this is a party.
Back when we were learning under the clerics of Tyr, this was the one party we were not allowed to go to.
Yep.
All right, let's go. And he's gonna down his wine and put his
I rolled as
put his
well.
warhammer on his back.
Give me
14.
The
another
moment
roll.
she said that, you can see Dolly is like
You didn't
scrambling
do-
to climb off the horse, and now she's hanging upside down.
Yeah, because you got the same number twice. Roll again for advantage. Because Hati would know this actually.
24.
Yes, you know what this is. That's how I'm going to say it as well. You know about Dionysus and his parties, and you know what it can turn into very easily.
Yeah, he just kind of opens what a bag he's got attached to just kind of his jacket, starts like just kind of very inconspicuously handing these square silver packets with a round thing inside
I
of
didn't
them.
say
Oh no!
Hmm.
Starts going, you know, you might want these.
Grunk is just like he looks at the town and then back at the tiefling and is like, I'll be honest, that name doesn't mean a thing to me, but this seems like a pretty fun place. So yeah. And turns to Mitsuo. Let's do this.
It can get a little crazy.
It's the god of wine.
I mean,
Ah.
crazy can't be that bad. Can't be.
It is once you have to listen to a 20-hour monologue about reeds. But you know,
that's what this is for. And then he just pops his head into his shell.
yeah, and also, you know, things can get more raucous than one may intend because of all the alcohol and looseness. So yeah, you know, just take these.
Well, I mean, fighting drunk people can't be as bad as fighting
Not what I mean.
angels or demons.
Okay, it just starts walking forward.
If you're not careful, you might start wrestling with somebody.
I am literally made out of gems. I am fine. But thank you.
Yeah, how much of you is made of gems? You know, this is less for your safety than hers.
All of him is made out of gems, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely.
So, as you all head in, this city is alive with beings of all types. You see dragons there that are kind of in this half mix. You see humans, you see tiefling, you see everyone is here. And as you walk around the city, you can hear the music playing all over, mostly, honestly, by satyrs, who are playing on different flutes and playing their different styles. Some are playing drums, but everyone is just having a really good time. From here, you wouldn't even know that there's a war going on.
Hey, I gotta say, this is pretty nice. Take a little break from all that violence out there.
The more you come in, because everyone came in, correct?
Yep.
You can see. Oh no, actually, she's in the back. You wouldn't pay attention to her.
Oh no, Hati is paying attention to everyone.
Then you're noticing Adele get more and more like worried as she's like throwing up a hood. She's trying to hide her face. She does not want to be here at the moment.
No, Hati has. That's why Hati is looking around so much. It's not quite to the same degree, but you know, just enough of. My dad never had the talk with me, although his version of the talk was how to rip out this person's organs through which orifice.
And as you get closer, you start to hear names be thrown around very openly as well, of Zeus, Hera, Dionysus, Bost, Isis. Trying to remember some more of them, and my brain is blanking. But effectively, Ra. is definitely being that name's being thrown around. And Hati would know this. It is not just the Greek pantheon that is here, it is also the Egyptian.
Some of this is not like the other. Some of these are wrong.
And
Hey,
as you get closer in, you see Zeus, who is about 6 foot, I want to say almost 7 foot tall man with very white hair, but he looks like he's in amazing shape for his age. Sitting next to, I'm just gonna say an equal age, equal height man, but who is much more tan. And their hair, what is black, is black is slicked back.
really thought you were about to say a very angry looking wife, but okay.
And they seem to be the ones who are most enjoying this party at the moment.
There is an immediate. Yeah, no, I'm immediately kind of going, okay, I think we've gone far enough inside this party. Let's maybe back up a little.
Mizio has very strong like missionary who's finally gone to like a cool party type energy. It's just like he drank at the other parties, but it was just other paladins of tier, and it was just like having silly judicial arguments. So this is like he's just gonna go carousing and having fun and being go where the party takes him. So
Okay, so Mizio's kind of off on his own. Got it.
sure.
Grunk is enjoying this, but he's just had this. He's just had a stellar idea. He's going to look for like a more drunk-looking group of dudes and just start doing tricks with his shell to see if they'll like give him money to like perform these like weird things where he like pops his head out and like spins on his shell and stuff.
Fantastic. So Grunk
I
is
don't
also
know they'll give you money. I don't know.
He would also take more booze.
He'd take beads.
What is Dolly and Hati doing?
I will let Dolly respond first because Hati will suddenly realize he's alone in all likelihood.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna notice it because Dolly has disappeared.
Fantastic.
She's disappeared amongst the crowd.
Always split the party. Always split the party.
No, we've joined the party.
Yes, exactly. So, let's go around to. Yes, let's do Dolly first. Dolly,
Yay.
as you've walked along these streets, people are, every time they see you, they're giving you something, either wine or coins. They're drachma, so they're nothing really taken here, but they're still coins.
Mm-hmm.
You get offered to change into a toga to match everyone else by one of the shopkeepers.
She's not gonna wear a toga.
And as you keep going and just listening to the music and kind of following along with these crowds, roll perception for me.
Okay. Boop. That's a
Perfect.
13.
You see what is a in one of the alleys. As you pass by, you see a jackal. It's about your size, and it looks like it's yipping at you to play and to follow it.
Hmm. She's gonna look around, finally realizing, oh, I'm alone. She's gonna start following the jackal.
Okay. Grunk. You find a group of, I want to say actually like young boys, probably in their teens, that are dancing to different music. They fully let you join. They keep giving you drinks and, again, drachma, kind of having this fun with you. And rolling perception.
17.
Out the corner of your eyes while you're doing a spin, you can see one of the jackals that you saw earlier. And it's also very playfully playing with you, trying to get you to follow it.
In his head, he's like, "Oh, I disappeared last time." Nah, what the hell? He'll go investigate and see if it leads into anything cool.
Okay. Mizio.
Yes.
I'm imagining that you are getting very intoxicated. Can you roll me a con save? Or
I just did.
and
Constitution saving throw is a 15.
yeah, you're, for your first time out, you're getting, it's not messy yet, but you can tell a couple more drinks and you will have no soul.
I thought that I would, be comfortable in this position, but I realized I didn't really eat anything before this, and everyone's feeding me grapes. Yeah. But yes, I'm probably quite sloshed.
And as you kind of stumble down some stairs, again in the shadows, there's a jackal, and it's trying to get your attention. You can tell that it really wants to play.
We find that Mizio likes dogs, and he's drunk. So it's just gonna make an intelligence check right here at disadvantage. And that's pretty low.
How bad is it?
It's like an 8, pretty sure. I don't know, it's a 9. He's gonna like look and go, "Oh, it's the doggy from before," and like kind of like leaves and just it's like, "I'll tell you about how I escaped hell in a minute, guys. It was really cool. I fought a guy in a suit. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go play with the doggy." And like grabs something and just it's like a goblet, but he like thinks it's a ball and just throws it down the alleyway past the dog and just shatters in the distance. He goes, "You don't want to play fetch?" And he kind of stumbles following it to the next scene.
Okay. Hati. You?
Before you asked me to roll for it,
No.
it's within 15 feet.
I wasn't going to give you that.
All right.
You, Adele, and Fenrir are brought before Zeus and Ra. Because y'all didn't disappear.
Yeah. Hi. No, that's not gonna.
Zeus sitting there very already pretty drunk. Just like, hello! Welcome! I don't know you, and points to Hati. I know you two though, especially you. You got banished, pointing to Adele.
Listen, me and my cosplayer friends should just probably keep going. You know, it's fine.
It's fine. Boss isn't anywhere around. Shh, 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 shh. We don't have to tell Boss that you're here. It's Bacchanalia. Dionysus did it after we got really sad, but it's okay. We'll just stay really quiet.
Yes, and if we know anything, it's that Zeus knows how to keep his mouth shut. Oh gosh, we're screwed.
Ra, who's still much more composed, but obviously very tipsy. Yes, we don't need to tell Boss you're here. But will you help us with something very quick?
Um, what happens if I say no?
We tell Boss you're here.
Cool, what is it?
Dionysus is kind of depressed.
Yeah, that's
And
what alcohol does.
we need a couple third party to show that, you know, it's okay to not talk to your partner for like a week. What he's trying to say, Dionysus and Anubis got in a fight. We need you two to play matchmaker and help the lovebirds get back together.
Oh. Oh, this is much worse than I could have imagined. Yeah. Okay. I'm screwed, aren't I? You guys okay seeing Bast, maybe?
Adele looks paler than normal. Last time I saw Bast, I kind of told her to get on a human app and to get more followers. I'm probably the last person she wants to see.
You didn't set her up an OnlyFans. Okay.
No, Instagram.
Oh, that's not as bad. The internet is ruled by cats. But what
I
about
thought
you?
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Boss will kill me. Boss will straight up kill me.
Cool.
kill me.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Yeah. All right.
There's a reason why we got banished. Yeah, we were told never to step back into the field of reeds again, which was the last city. But
Right.
that kind of got run over.
Cool. Let's go. I'm screwed, and my ability with matchmaking is really bad. You taught me. Let's go.
So you three turn around to go find Dionysus. Right? Is that who you're finding first, or
Yep.
Anubis? All right. This is why I was wondering who was going to stay with the party.
I just noticed the popcorn. Thank you, Hellhounds.
I know. This is great.
The opera goggles really make it for me.
Yes. Dolly.
Yes.
Disappears. I love it. So the jackal is taking you through these alleys, leading you further and further away, darker and darker, into these back alleys and streets that there aren't really anyone at. And when you do pass somebody, they're passed out drunk. Eventually, you get to a building. It's secluded. It's dark. And honestly, something feels off.
She's not gonna go any further. Just stand there like a lost kid.
The jackal is still like trying to play and get you to follow. Do you just still stand there?
And this is like outside of a building, yeah?
Correct. This building, it's very it matches with the architecture of the area, which is very Grecian, but it's slightly sandstone. So it's just off a bit. It feels like it doesn't belong a bit.
She'll slowly start walking closer.
And as you get closer, you would smell salt, heavily salt, papyrus, those type of smells as you got closer.
Hmm.
Sandalwood, sage, things like that.
Okay.
Grunk. The same kind of happens with you. It brings you back, and you end up at the same spot as Dolly. You can actually see Dolly there.
Oh, so hey, one of these little guys found you too, huh? This is very strange. I am not a fan of this. He's gonna kind of prepare something in his hand, starts to like glow blue, like a dark, like swirling ocean in his hand almost. And what do you think? Don't think it's exactly a great idea to get much closer.
Well, that's definitely a little different from everything around you.
Yeah, it feels off.
Mizio, as they're having this conversation, your jackal brings you in.
Yeah, just stumbling in, just merrily, 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 and just like bumping into just different buildings and oh, you're all here. Good.
Seems like it. You look like you're having a fun time.
Thought I would get to at least pet the dog if it was going to drag me away from all the interesting characters.
It
Oh,
it does let you like it does offer itself for a belly rub.
there we go. And he kind of just gets down on a knee. Probably spends a solid 30, 40 seconds just doing this back and forth. And just all right, that was worth it. Or we led into a trap. And kind of stretches around, trying to sober up in the moment before like working his muscles again.
Dolly is just gonna pull out a sandwich and a thermos of coffee for you.
He like grabs where the sandwich like isn't, and then on the second try grabs it and goes, "Jeez."
I don't know. It's hard to gauge. This building is creepy as hell, though. I'm not a fan of this.
Are we at a door?
There is an opening in it, but it's a couple of steps from you all.
He looks at his spells.
I just wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of like lean forward with his warhammer and just poke the doors open. Make sure he has his shield on. Just, all right, well, I probably can't feel anything while I'm like this, so let's go.
Cutting to Hati and that poor insanity over there. It's not difficult to find where Dionysus is at. His home is in the middle of the city, and it's the only one that's dark.
He's probably asleep. We can come back tomorrow. We can't come back tomorrow. Okay, let's.
How
I
bad
hate
could this
I
be?
hate this so much.
Oh, you hate this. I have to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, and who got us into this? Wasn't me.
I'm not the one who said we had to come into the city.
Neither was I. Let's just do this thing.
Let's just hope he isn't watching soap operas again and crying. That's what happened last time. As you as you enter, it's relatively quiet in here comparatively to outside. And dark.
Thankfully, all of us see fine.
Yeah. What you do see is just glass bottles strewn all over.
Oh, this isn't good. This is the cheap shit. Oh, he's really let himself down.
This could be worse.
I mean, who really gets Dubweiser anymore? Ugh. Or these cools, heavy?
Adele looks to Fenrir, motions, and he runs upstairs. You take that side, I'll take this one.
Upstairs isn't nearly as big as the downstairs area here, is it?
No, it's not.
Cool. Oh, I was asking Adele specifically.
Oh no. Shit. No, it shouldn't be. I think there's
Good,
only
we
one
don't-
room there.
Yeah, we should split the work evenly. And just kind of takes a deep breath in, trying to smell for person.
He's upstairs.
He's up there.
It is that bad again. Great. She
Do I hear
heads-
light sobbing?
Yes, you would. Honestly.
Oh dear.
She heads upstairs first. Ben's already there with his head kind of on the bed, just watching. This is so much worse than last time.
Yeah, I don't know how much help I'm gonna be. My name literally means he who hates.
I didn't name you.
Yeah, that's debatable.
And Dionysus is just kind of laying there crying and grabs another bottle of wine, downs it, throws it, and opens another and puts it back.
Okay. Hey, bud. Yeah, you gotta put those down.
Why?
Or buy a box.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't want to see me.
Well, and Hati just sits on the edge of the bed and just kind of, why is that? Like, what's the breakdown in your communicating bin?
You get a look of, what the fuck are you doing from Adele?
Look, hate and love are very similar. Just let me do this.
He says I'm not taking the war seriously.
Well, well, it's difficult for you. I mean, you're not the god of war. You're not the god of strategy. You're the god of good times.
I don't know what he wanted from me. Like, I'm not. And you kind of can tell he is about. For a god, he's short. He is 5'10 and about 300, 325.
Pounds?
Yes.
Oh,
Hear that, everybody under 5'10"?
Huh?
Hear that, everybody under 5'10"? You're short.
I know I'm short. Leave me alone.
Same.
6'6" for the win.
Fuck
I
you.
will. I was just about to say, I'll mute you.
Chat.
And he's just
Okay, come on. First things first, let's get you out of bed.
no, just leave me here. Just put on that show with the roommates that I love. Just put that on, and I'll just.
Yeah, look,
lay-
I know that it's tough when life isn't going that way. But still. Sorry.
Totally missed that. I went way over my head.
I know no one told you life was going to be this way and then clapping.
Oh.
But look, this the only thing you're doing by being here and laying around and moping and feeling so sad and upset with yourself, you know who you're really hurting? It's not you. It's him.
We're gonna cut there and head back to the other group. As you guys walk in, the air changes slightly from being kind of nice to very arid and dry like it was at the party. Or like it was in the last town, is what I should say. Sorry. There are tables that are set up all the way along the room, all the way over. And in front of you, you can see a room with a single window and a door. That is where the only light source is coming from in this building.
Well, I suppose that we just continue on.
Grunk is gonna kind of like I almost like crawl over under the window and peek up.
Mm-hmm. What you see is a man. Again, he is about 6'7", 6'8". So he's very, very tall, very, very slender. And he currently has the mask of a jackal on, hiding his face.
What's he doing in that room? Or what are they doing in that room?
They are currently preparing a body. They're creating a mummy. Or, well, overseeing it. As he has some workers who, they look essentially like the jackals that brought you in. But now they're standing on two legs. They're about 5 foot, and they're working this body, cleaning it, doing everything that is necessary for burial.
I think it would be best if we gave him time.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly look like something we should interrupt.
What stage do they look like they're at? In the
They're
preparing.
wrapping.
Okay, so they're just finishing up wrapping.
Yep. So they're
Okay.
almost done.
All right.
Someone,
Mizio will try to not
yeah.
get incredibly bored while he waits.
Someone roll me investigation. Someone who thinks they would. Because none of you would have seen it on your way in. Or at least not been paying attention enough to see it.
I'll go for it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
Dolly.
5.
You don't see it.
10.
You barely see it. The tables, not all of them are empty. There are quite a few furthest from you that have prepared bodies on them.
Mhm.
And there's a possibility that one might be moving.
He like, looks back and, oh, well, that's not disturbing at all. I'm just gonna. And he kind of like walks a little bit closer to the door and just leans against the wall to wait.
Do you mention that to Mizio?
Yes. Yeah, he's like, hey, look at that thing. Does that look like it's moving to you?
He's going to use his divine sense. All celestials, fiends, and undead within 60 feet. He can detect.
Yes,
Are all of them undead, or is it just the one in the back?
they're in various states of becoming undead.
Hmm.
I would suggest not doing something crazy
No.
or aggressive.
This is a necromancer of some sort, but not necessarily an indication of evil intent, just a very specialized hobby.
It's. Oh, God, this is really difficult for me.
If only one of our friends was still here, he could maybe give us a little bit more insight. But
Would Dolly know this? Oh my God.
His history and or religion, you can roll for it.
after that little like bit with Mitsuo, he's then gonna walk over and kind of lean on the entry archway.
It's a 19.
This is Anubis, Egyptian god of death. He is creating essentially an army.
Okay. So I can use my real world knowledge for this. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dolly's going to grab Mizio by the wrist. I really don't think it's a good idea to interfere with this. This is not a necromancer. This is a god.
We're not going to stop him, but we're going to, I don't know, maybe talk to
How
him.
sober are you?
He's swaying. I'm sober.
Did you drink your coffee?
Yes.
Then maybe you should let me do the talking.
I'm quite charismatic. But
You're
okay.
also drunk.
What did I
from-
say the first time?
She's gonna shove another sandwich in your mouth.
From
Wolf
inside
guts.
from inside the room you hear, I may be old, but I'm not deaf. You may come in, we are done.
Thank you, your godliness. I'm just gonna bow a little
And,
bit as Dolly goes in front of him.
And to the jackals, he nods them to, says something in Egyptian, and they take the body away.
Dolly is gonna walk in. She's not gonna make eye contact with him,
Mhm.
but she is going to do a quick little bow.
Thank you for your manners. It's nice to see that there are some that still have them.
Does Mizio know who Anubis is?
Probably not.
I did
Okay.
mention he was a god.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he studied religion and he knows about law and balance and things like that. But yeah, he kind of just he does the bow, but it's a bit exaggerated.
I see why they brought you.
Why? Why would the undead back there?
Well, you see, my partner doesn't believe it. the war is all that important. I do. And I worry for his safety. So I've decided to go a little rogue and create an army to protect him and our city after our last was run over by a madman.
At the mention of army, Grunk he plants the hammer and bows, and then I don't mean to be rude, but were you aware of a doctor in Nakamura, just to the west from here, who was doing something similar? Again, I'm
I
not very
am.
well versed in the
That was our
necromantic
home.
arts. Ah,
Mm.
my apologies. Did not know about that.
That is why we left, was because of him.
Mm.
You will be pleased to know that he is now dead permanently.
May I shake the man's hand who did it? Are
He is
you one
not
of
with
them?
us.
Yes, our comrade who took care of that guy is not here with us at the moment. I honestly don't know where he ended up, but
I see.
we'll be sure to mention him when he comes around.
Well, if you don't mind, I need to find another who is more intoxicated for the next one.
I'm sorry, I looked over at Eddie's webcam like, Mizio? Is Mizio
Mizio
drunk?
squints a little bit and just goes, so what I'm understanding, cutting through things, is that your love language is acts of service to your partner.
I've never
It-
heard it said that way, but I guess so. I wish to protect him.
That is beautiful. I'm sure you and your partner are quite happy.
Yes,
In
yes.
the moment, we are having a squabble because he is being a child again and not understanding that the war is a serious thing. Our city, our way of life is in danger. And
Ah,
instead
yes.
of taking it seriously, he wishes to hide it behind drink and more carnal affairs.
Who is
Well,
your partner?
Uh, and he gets kind of uncomfortable and he takes off his mask. Um, and he is, again, same tan skin color, but his eyes are straight black and his hair is black. Very slicked back. His ears that might have been on the mask are his actual ears. So he has the jackal ears.
Not surprised.
My partner, his name's Dionysus. He also goes as Bacchus sometimes for another.
I see. Well, if I may, I apologize if I make assumptions here, but something like a large-scale war like this with such powerful beings involved can be a little bit overwhelming for some people. It may not be that he's trying to ignore the war. It may just be as inconvenient or as childish as you put it as it may seem. It might just be his way of coping with the stress of all of these people fighting.
Possibly, but you have to understand. I wish to keep him safe. I wish to keep our people safe. He is a god as well and should understand duty above all else.
Yes, as perfectly understandable, and that I am inclined to agree with you a little bit that you may be forgetting about something that's a little bit more important, but
And that is?
safety, the safety of everybody. I mean, you all being gods, you'd obviously want to look after both your fellow gods and your followers, correct?
Of course. They are our lifeblood, the way we stay alive.
Precisely. Well, in any case, all I would all I would like to offer you is do your protection and keep up what's that? I'm blanking on the word for it, but just perhaps don't be quite as harsh on him about the way he deals with the war. Just from my own experience.
Will you all walk with me? I'm not one for crowds. I would rather
Sure.
stay to the shadows.
I
Understandable.
suppose
Thank
it's
you all.
it's often that when we run into issues with a partner, we like to think about us versus them, as opposed to a beneficial thought exercise could be to consider the situation as an us and how you are looking to combat the issue together. It's possible that Dionysus is trying to maintain their livelihood and their existence through worship so they can better support you during this ordeal.
I never thought of it that way.
It's not only that, it's likely he is well aware of how serious the situation is. But even in war times, there were moments of happiness, there were moments of joy. If you let it eat you too much, then what is the point of fighting? What is the point of protecting others? He's not
Yes.
doing this because he doesn't understand. He's doing this because it's the only way he knows how. It's what he does.
I looked at chat at the wrong time. I looked at chat at the wrong time.
Somehow
Why are
my
you looking at chat? You were banned when you're DMing.
somehow my kitten has crawled up through my desk and into my big drawer.
Wonderful.
I don't know how the hell this has happened.
So,
Show her it didn't happen.
yeah,
I can't show the drawer, but here's Cat.
disappearing cat.
Yes.
So,
Yes, more animals.
he
Don't
begins
eat
to take
my
off his
headphones.
smock
Okay.
and hang it up and begin to like wash up. I will walk with you in a moment. Let me clean up some before I see him. I'm not exactly in the best shape.
Of course.
Hati,
Come on, you tubble lard, get up. It's not what he's saying, but still. I'm not in the best of shape right now.
probably covered in like gook from
Okay.
embalming a body.
Oh, yeah. But still. All right. So, first things first, we're going to work on you. Because you can't really expect to strengthen your relationship when you yourself are feeling inferior or unwell in it. The first person we have to think about is you.
Who said I was feeling inferior?
Have you seen yourself? I'm sorry. I mean, just kind of gestures widely around. This is not the behavior of someone who has it together.
I'm the god of wine.
There is a
I'm
difference between
supposed to-
wine and being sad drinking.
He gets up. He's still in the same toga, and you can tell from the night they had the fight.
Yeah.
It's just tie-dye, but
Oh,
with
I can
wine.
smell
Yes.
it. It's just. Ugh. Yeah.
Oh, you're really tall.
Yes.
All right. Looks over. I thought Boss banished you.
No, they didn't do that to Fenrir.
I'm talking to No Name.
Ah, yeah.
Hello. Dionysus. I'll go. And she just, as quickly as she can, leaves.
Yeah, no, your toga's kind of scrunched up a bit. We can see everything.
I'll go get changed. And
Take a shower.
sure.
Maybe do 10,000 push-ups. I don't know, man. Just do what you need to feel a bit better.
He leaves the room to go take care of himself, leaving you and Fenrir alone.
How long will it take? Well, considering how much he has to shower, let's, maybe do a little cleaning. We've got some time. Please be very aware. I am not in any way fat shaming. I am just taking the comedic moments. I apologize greatly.
And you can hear him like honestly washing up everything. You see Adele walk back up, and obviously there was some communication between her and Fenrir that you did not see, because she comes up very quietly, starts cleaning up, and kind of just swearing under her breath.
Yeah, the first step towards healthier living is to both take a look at your mentality, then your physical health, and also it helps to have a clean environment. There are a lot of things we can do to help this along. So we're gonna,
Yeah,
try to make him feel a bit better. Because the
I'm
first thing is to work on him.
I'm imagining that when he comes out, he's still the same. He does not change how he looks. But he's put on a new toga. He's clean. He's back to being clean shaven. And I'm imagining while he's been you all have been cleaning, effectively, correct? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn. Good thing you didn't go with the goatee thing. That would not have been a look. To top it off, you'd have to wear a fedora and say "milady" a lot. That would just be terrifying.
And now that he's actually clean and he's returned on the light so you can actually see him, he has dark, I would say brown hair and like hazel eyes.
All right.
He's not unattractive? Question mark?
We can put some.
He's
work in.
somebody's type. I'll put it that way. And so he's just kind of like, I'll go talk to him. I know where he works. I know what he's been doing isn't great. And that's where we had the fight, and he's taking the drunks of Zeus, Hera, basically anybody else, and mummifying them into an army. That's why we had the fight.
Yeah, I can see why that's fight worthy. I think you both need to sit down and talk about what your duties are as gods. It's not about creating an army to keep everyone safe, and it's not about constantly throwing a party either. Sometimes you have things to do. And really,
The
something we
parties
always
are
need to
my
remember.
job.
Yeah, but they're also theater, and yeah, but you're forgetting about theater and speeches, and a lot of that stuff can actually translate to wartime fairly well as well, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. You have to have good times and bad times. The party can't last forever, man. Without negative moments, everything good just becomes normal. Without some form of darkness, there isn't light. There's just stale nothingness.
Let me then go talk to Zeus. He'll be upset, of course. Bacchanalia is his favorite, but
don't worry. I'll talk to that guy. I really don't want to. And these two will help you talk to your wonderful partner. But still, like
death glare from behind him from Adele. Like, how fucking dare you?
Look, it's not always the easy things to do, and also this is going to be really difficult, and I don't really like to. I really, it's easier when the gods don't know who I am, and easier when it's different. Okay, and then turns back to Bacchus, Dionysus.
Either.
Yeah.
But
still, kind of. gives one last pep talk about, and also remember, your partner's job is very important, especially in wartime and non-wartime. He's the person that helps welcome the dead. He is the first step into accepting that you have made the unfortunate passing. What he's doing isn't great, but that's something we can all talk about later. But in all honesty, did he tell you why he was making the army?
Said I wasn't being serious enough about the war, and he just wanted to protect, well, our followers, basically everyone else. And
But
he didn't take like major people. He just took, the really, really drunk ones who wandered off.
yeah, I'll get back to that later. I've done similar, but it's not great. Listen, it's not just about everyone else. It's about you too. If he's making it so he can protect everyone, why wouldn't you think that includes you? I think they're
let's start
worried you're not taking the war serious enough, and we're walking towards the door.
Yeah, he's very much walking very quickly.
Yeah. It's not just about that. It's also about it's not just about you not being serious. They're worried that you're not being they're worried about you being serious because they're worried they'll lose you.
All right.
Come on, man.
And
Love and hate are very similar. I get things.
you all have been walking the streets while this is occurring. He gets to the door. He turns back to you all. This is a bad idea, isn't it? I should just...
Nope, you're doing it, and you're also gonna...
That was to the other group, to the Anubis group.
Oh.
No,
Anubis is the nervous one.
Communication is always vital.
He knocks on the door. Dionysus is at the door when it happens.
It's always a little startling. You should probably open it.
He does, and Anubis is standing there. Anubis is about 6'7", I think I said. He's a taller deity. Very slender.
I will say in Dionysus's mind, he missed you, Just back off.
Dionysus looks to you, Hati. Can we have a moment alone?
Absolutely. I just need some room to exit the door because I do not want to be anywhere near any of this. So I'm kind of done with this, He just starts kind of squeezing his way around people.
Yeah, as does Fenrir and Adele. Like, they are out as fast as they can, and the door closes.
Oh, there you went.
What? I mean, do I need to give him one of these? And he pulls out another little silver square.
Oh, I was just meeting all the interesting people. You all seemed to disappear earlier.
You said the words very wet. That's why I got confused.
Oh, no, there you went.
Oh,
my draconic accent is making it
thank
difficult.
the others. Yeah, and then I just put away the little silver square. Just, don't want to have to think about those two at it.
You know that they're just handing those out to anyone that asks. Like, it's a very safe city.
No, thank the gods. I mean...
Yeah. That's who's providing them, with branding, of course.
Yeah,
Do we have to go back and tell Zeus?
I'll do it. I'll tell them things are working themselves out, and the party is going to need to come to an end at some point. Yeah, hopefully he'll let me execute a prisoner, because I have not killed someone in like 24 hours. It's getting bad.
Oh, I mean, from what we found out, some people are kind of just going missing anyways. I mean,
yeah, I heard about that.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that noticeable if one more went missing,
Sorry, you're going to kill an innocent person that's walking around.
Yeah, I'm not super big on that either. I mean, there's got to be a reason behind it usually.
Any being, or does it have to be a
It just
person?
has to be living.
Oh, living. Any like rats or squirrels or anything that
Not
Mizio doesn't care about?
really. The streets are very clean here because of the
surprising.
jackals.
Guess
Oh,
there's
maybe I'll
always a
step on a
jackal.
cockroach on my way. Uh,
So everyone's going to see Zeus, correct? Even though
Sure.
Hati's going to do the speaking, the talking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's all stick together.
Uh, so he, as you walk back to the center of the party, again, it's loud and people are having fun. You kind of can see the three of you that actually had this happen to. You now can kind of see the jackals drawing people away. Like people that are very, very intoxicated. Like they're barely standing.
Oh dear.
should we
And
deal with that?
Hati, you would notice it as well now.
You
I
know,
would
I'm
try
certain
to,
we end the party. This will stop too. Let's just focus on
hey,
this first.
friends! And he's gonna try and like do his best to convince people to not just go off into the darkness and just there you are and pretend that he knows some people. But Mizio's moral
saw
compass
you
isn't gonna allow him.
earlier.
Yes, you did. I was the dragon. Yeah. And like,
Yes.
how have you been in the last half hour?
You want another drink?
Of course.
Yes, let's go.
Grunk just
And
leans
this-
down. Dolly, you
this
got any
poor
more of
guy
those
is-
sandwiches?
This poor
Feel like-
guy is like falling over drunk.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds to end an effect on him and make him not drunk anymore. Or not Cure Wounds. Lay on Hands to end a status effect, and
Yeah.
status effect being poison.
He looks very upset with you.
I'm gonna make him not puke drunk. I'm gonna make him still drunk, but not
Mhm.
puke drunk, not poisoned condition anymore. Hopefully,
Okay.
I don't want to take his buzz away and
Yeah.
make him instantly sober, so he remembers that the world is meh. Like, give you some better footing so you can drink more.
Let's go. And he starts chanting with other guys and just walking off to the next place to get alcohol.
Yeah, let's end this party now.
As you all-
Hello.
As you all get back to Zeus and Ra, Hera, Isis have joined. Obviously, the ladies' night has come to an end. So they're back. Looking very annoyed.
Yeah, this is gonna be a bit worse. Yeah, great. Let's just go and do this thing.
Friends! Zeus is still almost like blacked out drunk. Did you do it? Are they all good?
Yeah, it seems successful, but I got a favor to ask for you.
Fantastic! Let's get this started even bigger!
That's what the favor's about. Can we stop the party?
Why do you want to start it? We're having fun.
Well, no, I don't want to start the party. I want to stop it. I think your drunkenness is slurring the words together, and that's not the important thing. So you see, one of the reasons we need to end the party is because you guys all have work.
This is work.
No, this is a distraction.
Our followers come, give us gifts of wine, and we party with them. Work.
You have achieved that.
Yeah, okay. New strategy. If you don't stop the party, what we've asked you to do may not work out the way we need it to. As well as the fact the world will literally end if you keep partying like this and don't pay attention to any of it. So we kind of need you to help out and, pitch in, lend a hand, make sure that the world doesn't completely collapse underneath the, might be behind the big gods that, like the chaos adjacent ones.
You see Zeus suddenly sober up very quickly.
Yeah, I thought that might. All right, bud.
We need the space. Please, everyone leave.
That include us?
No.
Shit.
Wonderful.
And you see kind of the party goers and other entities leaving, kind of like, oh, come on, like buzzkill, and people are absolutely shoulder checking you, Hati.
Yeah, look, people, I don't know, I'm not a very liked person in my reality either. Let's just do this.
I know my father has been causing issues.
Well, not your father, more like your great-great-grandfather.
What?
I mean, the Titan and the guy that we're dealing with isn't the same guy. That's the semantics.
I'm not talking about the Titan. I'm talking about my father, the god.
Yeah, that guy.
I know he's being an issue.
Yeah. And currently, what seems like the only solve for the issue may have been poisoned by him.
Who did he awaken this time? That's what he does. He gives you back memories, reverses time in your own mind, to force you to relive your worst possible moment of all lifetimes. Not just your current.
Grog just kind of he slowly kneels down. Oh God, poor Obi.
Yeah, that would. I have not ridiculous knowledge of this universe, just snippets. Really, and that snippet was a big one. His name's Obi.
I don't know his name. That name means nothing to me.
Come closer. I'm gonna whisper another name.
He does.
I whisper the name.
That's what he deserves for betraying us.
So you're thinking the only thing that stands between you and utter damnation and complete decimation the first time is the thing that deserves to die.
He
The
deserves
entire
to
reason
die.
you're still here now.
Watch
you're
your
able to have this
tongue,
conversation.
boy.
I'm no boy.
All right. And Grunk steps between the two and holds up his glowing hand. All right. Calm down, everybody. This is not the time for infighting. Got it? Focus. We've got a world to save. If you can't cooperate, then I'll do it myself. He stares down both of you. I'll figure this out myself. And right, Mitsuo, we'll figure this out without these idiots.
Absolutely.
If you can't cooperate, we don't need you on this. If you're not going to help, then you can go back to your parties. But don't expect us to come back and help you if you don't want to help us.
Do you all feel this way? He looks to each of you.
I want to help people. So if you're not going to help me help people, then not much of a god.
You wish to say that to my face.
Well, the way I see it, we were all brought back here for a reason. That reason is not to...
You're Lucifer's. Interesting.
I'm not owned by any being.
He brought you back. What contract did you sign?
As far as I
Nothing.
remember, don't sign anything.
And you, little one? Do you wish to spit in the gods' faces as well? You're muted.
Me?
Yes, he's talking to Dolly.
Well, it's clearly you're not helping anyone just sitting here.
This is not a spit in the face. If you are not able to take constructive criticism, or at least have a conversation where someone disagrees with you.
I remember the days when you mortals didn't give us constructive criticism.
Yeah, well, those days are over, and and he's kind of just rubbing his eyes, and his eyes. You only Grunk would have really noticed, but his eyes had changed
Mm-hmm.
in the interim, and he's just kind of rubbing them back to normal.
Need to get you a meal, Hattie. Something you good there?
It's not quite that. Look, I have watched gods fall from where I come from. From what I've seen, you guys are nothing special. Alone. But together, you guys are some of the most powerful beings that have ever existed. However, when you refuse to use any of that power, or continue to fight amongst yourselves in such childish and squabbly ways, that is where the fall comes.
The only one who's ever fallen is her, and points straight to Adele. So let me make this very clear. She is not welcome here. Neither is the dog.
Then I guess I'm not.
Destroyers aren't welcome among the gods.
Well,
so please
I'd say that counts all
see
of us out.
yourself out.
Sorry, I just want to point out the hypocrisy real quick. Destroyers aren't welcome. The hell are you? What did you do to your dad?
I saved my brothers.
Yeah, what do you think the rest of us did? You think justification for one person's family is enough?
And with this, Roz actually stood. I warn you, we are not enemies to make.
Yeah, and clearly you're not friends to have either.
Please leave our city. Immediately. You are not welcome here.
Sure.
Well, if
We
that's the
can-
case,
We have intact egos. And he walks away.
if this is the case, we'll take out a leave. But just there's I know a couple people that are not going to be happy. He gestures again to basically the tiny ocean that he's holding. We've received some help from others, but we can't do this without everybody working together.
There's a reason why Poseidon is not here. There is a reason why Hades is not here. There is a reason why Persephone is not here.
Yeah, because they're not punk ass bitches. Starts walking away.
Whatever the reasons
By the way,
may be.
Ra, how's that left eye feeling? Just kind of waves away and just pats himself.
You get
Oh, he's just gonna walk away.
you get a very dirty look from him. And I'm imagining you guys take the main road out, correct? Because there is a main road in and out of the city. You
Yeah,
guys just
probably.
came through the woods.
Most likely.
Or
Yeah.
plains. So as you get out of the city, who is paying attention to everything around you? Or everyone around you?
Sure, myself.
Definitely.
You all notice it. Adele's pretty upset. As she finds a place for you all, she's silent. She builds camp for everyone, and she sits off on her own. just like she's been doing.
One little thing. This is potentially out of the at least rules as written usage. But
Mhm.
if you'll allow it, I would like to just make it lightly rain over a good chunk of the city as we leave.
You are more than welcome to.
Just kind of like turns, points the hammer at the sky, and just mumbles something in a very like a, strange language, and it starts clouds darken and all that. Oh,
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna help this a little bit. Not really well in any good way, but with Thunderwave, just create terrifying thunderclouds if that's all doable.
Yep. I will allow it.
No lightning, because
Nope.
just something to really piss off a dude whose entire thing is lightning. Like, look, we can do it too. Ooh.
It seems as though all of these gods are fragile beings in regards to their egos, at least. If we
Oh,
run
but-
into Tyr on this plane, I would like to test how fragile he is.
Just wait
Should
till you
it
meet
come to a
Odin.
conversation like that.
You're gonna have to repeat yourself. Not you, Scarred.
Okay.
Because Scarred said something very quietly.
Yeah, just wait till you meet Odin.
And I think Hati would see it the most. Fenrir's going over to kind of help Adele. Because there was something that was said that really kind of messed with her.
There's something they said that's really bothering Hati as well. He's not bothering to hide it.
So, as camp is set up, what is your all's? I'm going to go around and see what is everyone's reaction to effectively being banished by a pantheon. By not just one, but two. Mizia.
He likely is going through, I don't know, probably like a journal or a notebook and looking at the different symbols that he's not really memorized properly. Kind of crosses some out as he kind of looks them up in the back, just like a cheat sheet guide to like who the gods are. And just that's a few more off the list, but fuck them anyway.
Dolly.
Dolly is not viewing this as being banished by like all powerful beings, more like being kicked out of a potential club or something like that. Like she's a little upset, but then very quickly bounces right back.
Okay. Grunk.
He just kind of sits down and he looks at the rain and kind of laughs to himself and flips the hammer over and looks at the runes. Well, you still got one, so that's all I need.
Hati.
Hati is kind of like he's angry, but he's also chuckling to himself a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just fondly remembering how in his universe the Greeks fell to the Romans and so did the Egyptians, and then the Romans fell to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And how in his universe none of them are still worshipped. And he sees the same trend beginning here. Just kind of ends with a trifling bitches.
that's actually where we're going to end for tonight. As you all sit outside of Olympus and have kind of ruined the party for them. I'm going to say thank you guys so much to Scarred, Rory, Eddie, and Hellhounds.
You forgot somebody.
I wasn't forgetting. I was getting there because they're not a player. They are a producer. And thank you to Karis for producing. Thank you to chat. Yes, I'm not allowed to see it. I just turned
But
it on
thank
for
you anyway.
5 seconds. I just turned it on for 5 seconds at the wrong time. Thank you to chat. Thank you to the people watching in the future. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe. I know upload is not normal schedule. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's it. And as I've heard,
one more
Yeah.
thing, and thank you, Sarah, for running this amazing campaign.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
I recognize that voice from a very creepy character.
Oh.
Well, thank you guys for saying that you wanted to play in this insane world of mine. So yes, until next. Actually, no. Yes, next week. We still have stream next week. I'm going to get these dates right. Please keep being nice to each other, and night, y'all.
Bye.